And thank you guys for being so patient. Beverly was kind enough to text me. Like, thank you, Beverly. I'm like, yes, I'm coming. I was running like that. I'll be right back, guys. All right, so I'm going to a screen sharing page. I just wanted to kind of show you just some kind of steps to growing your business. I think it's different for everybody, how you do your business, but I think there's just some things that I think will definitely work for everyone. And the first one is I had a question that I had posted on the Facebook page. Do any of you guys know so far what 31 Gives has done in products and cash since they started in 2012? Any guesses? Give you a hint. It's in the millions.
Yeah, I think I heard this on a YouTube video. Is it 80 million?
It's 80 million. Very good.
Wow.
Yeah. So since 2012, yeah, we've done $80 million in products and cash and touched 9 million lives in America. Well, actually beyond America, because we do some foreign work with, like care bags and stuff for families in other countries and helping with their families. World Vision is one that we partner with. So just a lot of good things going on. So one of the things that I like to say is we are in the business of building confident women and girls, and we're so much more than a bag. There's a little background noise. I think it's like something shaking. It's catching up on the speaker real bad. So so we're in the business of building confident women and girls, and when you get to know the 31 Gives mission, you can confidently tell people why we're so much more than a bag. Sometimes I'll have people say, the bags, I love this bag, but it's a little expensive. I could go and get one like it, and they'll name some store. And I'm like, you could, and there's a lot of things you'll be missing. You'll miss the quality of 31, but I really think the biggest thing that you get is the mission of 31. It comes with, this just huge community of women across America have used this company to reach into their communities and give back, whether it's Dress for Success, Girl Talk, right now, Girls on the Run, American Heart Walk Association, the Ronald McDonald House Charities. There's just so many ways that Gives has helped 31 consultants connect to their communities. So getting to know Gives is a huge deal. And so when you go to 31 today, if you look under Attention Resources, the very first choice right there is About 31 Gifts. And so if you just kind of go down there and you can look there where it says the 31 Gifts Difference, More Than a Bag. There's just some really great videos that you can share there. So I hope that you'll, get a chance to look through that.
What category was that under, Tammy?
It's under Access Resources. And the first one says About 31 Gifts, and then the second one says 31 Gives. So both of those, but if you look under 31 Gifts, there's a category that says the 31 Gifts Difference. That one is a really good one to share. But then if you go back and go to 31 Gives, that shows you all of our partners and the ways that we give. If you go to the council and just looking at all of the different people that are serving, it's just a lot of fun. But I think people are shocked when they just go and they start really looking into what 31 is doing. There's so much more happening in our own communities. I mean, I was shocked. I asked today, I was like, what's the update? And just $80 million, that's a lot. And then the 9 million lives that have been touched through 31, that's a lot to do since 2012. Yeah. 31's been very intentional. And I'm very confident when I get up in front of my parties and I talk to them about 31 Gives, and the women in the room can connect with something within that partnership, whether it's the girls aspect or the family aspect or the women aspect. When they, can see their own story within that, it really propels your business. And I want to, there's that fine line of trying to come across as having a philanthropic heart and using it just to grow your business. But I think if you are honest about it, find something that really connects with you. Then when you're sharing that at your parties or sharing it with customers as they're placing those orders and you're asking them to round up, if there's a real connection there, people are going to see that. And so for me, when people know, when they kind of mention my name here in Tallahassee, they know there's two things that are going to be synopsis, the word that I'm looking for, partnering with my name, is the Ronald McDonald House or Pace Center for Girls. Ronald McDonald House is a charity that we partner with, but Pace Center is not. But Pace Center for Girls has the same mission and heart that 31 does. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be a charity that we support that you can't use your business to be a part of that. And for instance, I've been kind of behind the scenes with Pace Center for Girls. It's a school. It's a wonderful school here in Tallahassee. It's actually a national school, but we have one here, and it works with girls who are just having a hard time, whether it's emotionally or within their schools or within their grades, family problems. But it gives them a safe environment for them to get a strong education among other strong women and young ladies, and really, sets them up for a strong future. And their success rate is amazing for these girls continuing their education after high school. So what I do is when graduation is getting closer, I look for sponsors to help me do gifts for these girls, because some of these girls will have no one show up for their graduation. It's just a different life for some of these girls than most of us are used to. So I get to show up with gifts in hand, ready to just bless these girls. And so that's a way that I've used my business to, reach into my community. And I've been doing this for so long at this point that the minute I say, okay, it's time to look for sponsors, they just come out of the woodwork and they're just ready there to jump and help. And so I say, find something you love, whether it's 31 or the Gives or something that you can align yourself with your business, and just reach into your communities. I think that is the number one way to grow a direct sales business, is to be the heart of someone who loves the people around you. So that would be the first one. It's just get to know Gives, get to know what the heart of 31 is, get to know our mission. And so it'll give you a sense of pride and joy as you're sharing those with people. Another thing is know your specials. Many times I've had consultants on our team in the middle of a party, they'll text me, what's our customer special? That's something you should know. And I'm not saying that in any sarcastic way. It takes a few minutes, but if you'll go to your 31today.com, go over to access your resources, and go down to that how to market tab. Under that how to market tab is everything you need to know about that month and the next month's special. So, you go to the April, you look at what the customers can get, you look at what the hostess can get, and really know your specials. And the reason why I say really know them is so that when you are listening to people who are talking about placing an order or placing or doing a party, you know what you're offering for them. And that's going to mean a lot to them when they know that you know the product. So make sure you know the specials. If you're coming into the beginning of a month like May and you're just not sure, then ask me. That's fine. I don't mind making sure you know. But then once I show you where to find it, get to know them, because those specials are what drive, upselling, or drive someone to book a party because they just want, maybe they're going to place a large order, might as well book a party. So just get to know the specials that are coming up really well. And then one of the other things is 31 wants to help equip you to know how to book those parties. Some people, when they start with 31, they have got a long list of people that just come running. I'll book a party. I'll do it. I'm there. But then there's other people, maybe their job circumstance, or maybe they've moved, or they're in a place where they don't have a lot of family. You have to kind of look for those leads. And so one of my favorite places to go is back to that improve your skills link. I'm going to take you step by step how to find this, and then I'll do it again to help you remember. So if you go to improve your skills and you go down to Got Booking, it's right here, Got Bookings. And I'm recording this as a screensaver as well, so you'll be able to go back and look at the recording. So under Got Bookings is a place that says Making Connections. I know sometimes you feel like you're digging for gold. Under Making Connections is a great tab, says Who Do You Know list. So when you click on that, it's going to show you an example, just a little, a file that you can read. But then if you open this up, I love this list right here. It's called the Who Do You Know list. And it says, who do you know? 31 is a business built on relationships, and you've been building those relationships along every step of your journey. So past customers, past hostesses, past consultants. Looking under on the right side, friends and relatives, or relatives of my friends. relatives associating that might associate with your family, associates, friends, and friends associates. So you just kind of, what this does is just kind of help you wrap your mind around who you know. So if you look at this list, it's a really cool breakdown. And then what I would do, if you can fill this out just with a list of people that you know, here's the challenge. It's called Celebrating No. So the goal is they really have done a study, and for every about 8 to 10 no's, you're going to get a yes. That doesn't matter what you're doing, what you're showing, selling, sharing, it doesn't matter. About 8 to 10 no's, you're going to get a yes. So it's fun how they've gotten this broken down, and it kind of takes that pressure off. When you get that no, you can just thank someone, you're helping me reach my goal. And they're like, how did I help you reach your goal? And you can tell them, for every 10 no's, I'm going to get a yes. And you have taken me one step closer. And it kind of lightens the mood, and they can laugh with you and say, hey, you know what? Good luck. You're going to do great. And it takes away that kind of awkward, no, I don't want to host a party. And then you feel like, okay, how do I close this conversation now? And I always tell them, hey, I might call you in a few months. Would that be okay? And I almost always get somebody to say yes. So that little name on that list, I might just put it to my call later list and call them in a couple months. So go and find this file. It's something you can print a couple of times. So like once you get through that first list and you make a new list, but it really does work. If you set a goal of every 8 to 10 people, you're going to get a yes. If you do that within a week or two, you're going to have a nice full calendar of parties, whether that's, your goal is 1 party a month, 2 parties a month, that your goal is your goal, but this is a really fun way to reach it. So just to kind of take you back through, that is all under Improve My Skills. And I'll say it again, Improve My Skills, Got Bookings, Making Connections, and Who Do You Know? Now, there's lots of other great information underneath that Improving My Skills. Lots of files, lots of video clips, lots of great challenging information to kind of get you excited. So go through that and see if that helps. But start with that Who Do You Know list. I think you'd be surprised at how many people you actually can reach out to. And then I'll show you, I'm going to go just back to the normal picture. One of the things that I do is I have a folder, and your folder can look like whatever you want it to do. It doesn't have to look like mine. I know you guys aren't on the video screen, but maybe later if you watch this recording. I have a folder.
I can see you.
Oh, can you see? Okay. I have a folder that I do, and you can get whatever binder you want. But basically, I have it broken down, and I just have papers in here. It could be order forms. It might be just contacts, people's names that I wrote down. But I have it broken down by, contacts that I've made, hostesses, just, fundraisers, however you want to do it. And this is my constant list of who do I know. It's just in a binder. And what I'll do is when I send somebody, like maybe I've got a contact from like a year ago or somebody, I might send them a note in the mail saying, will you book a party? And I'll put like a little sticky note and make a note of when I sent that little note, or when I sent that little card, or when I called or texted them. And I just kind of try to do 3 contacts a day. It's real simple. It takes me just a few minutes. And in that 3 contacts a day, by the end of the week, I've booked at least 1 party. And so because I continue to do that, I'm able to just kind of keep my calendar rolling. I always hesitate when I share how much I party, because I don't want people to think that I expect you to party twice a week or, 14 times a month. I want you to do what you want to do. But if you kind of follow these easy steps, making those 3 contacts, make 3 contacts a week if that's what you've got the time for. But as you make those contacts, you're putting yourself one step closer each time to getting that yes for that party or that catalog party or, whatever fun thing you've got planned. And then sometimes what I'll do is when I mail something in the mail, I'll make myself a note to call that person in about a week. And that makes it a little easier when it's someone maybe you haven't talked to in a while. You can say, hey, Janie, did you get that little mini catalog that I sent in the mail? Where's my mini catalogs? I'll send these because they're not as expensive as, the full-size catalogs. I'll say, did you get that mini catalog in the mail? And they'll say, yeah, thanks for that. And I'll just say, I wanted to share with you what's going on with 31. I would love to help you book a party and have a fun girls' night. And I usually get really positive responses. If I get, sorry, my camera went out of all wackadoo. I'll get really positive responses. So I'll either get, not right now, can you call me in a month, or let me talk to some girlfriends and look at dates. And so those positive responses leave a door open for me to contact them again. If I ever get, this is just not for me, I probably won't host a party, then I'll most definitely not call them again. But I'll tell you, it's rare. A lot of times they want me to stay in touch in some form or fashion. So kind of keep that in mind, that a no sometimes is usually just not right now. And it can go at the bottom of the list to call in a few months. So as in the party ways of growing your business, those are really important things. It's getting to know your the gives part, because people are going to be more excited about shopping with you, about supporting your business because of the gives mission. So get to know that mission, get to know who we are when it comes to 31 Gives, especially when it comes time to ask them to round up, knowing why they're rounding up and what it's supporting. Get to know your specials. That's going to be huge. Knowing what you're talking about. I know when I'm asking somebody something about a company and they just really have no answers, it doesn't give you a lot of confidence that they're going to take good care of you. So just get to know the specials. It takes just a few minutes. Go, click on it, look at it, print it off if you want to, just to kind of keep with you. And then go through that who do you know list. If you want, just get out a piece of paper and write down 10 names and start with that. Call those 10 people. I have a lot of people say often, I put it on Facebook, who would like to book a party, and nobody responded. Well, for one, you got to realize Facebook does algorithms, and maybe nobody even saw that post. And two, if a lot of people, if they don't feel like they're important enough for you to pick up a phone and call, they're not going to accept that invitation to book a party. I've been doing this for almost 10 years, and I very rarely have gotten anyone to book a party by me posting on a status somewhere who wants to book a party. In fact, I've never gotten a response from that. So it really takes that personal touch of reaching out to someone and letting them know that you want to party with them. If you've not partied for yourself yet, then by all means, book your party for yourself, invite your friends over for yourself, and make yourself the hostess. Get started there, and maybe that'll be an easy night to invite your friends to book a party for you. So there's lots of ways, but I want to specifically open it up for you guys and maybe some obstacles you're feeling. Maybe I can help you think through it a little bit. What about you, Dawn? Are you on mute?
No, I'm not on mute.
Okay.
I don't know about obstacles. I mean, I have enough friends in that I can reach out to. I think for me, it's finding the time to work on what I'm actually going to say. Because, my life is so busy that I don't have a lot of fun, and I don't know how to have fun.
Right.
So it's the last thing I want to do. The meetings I run at work are very serious and they're very business driven. I don't want to bring that to this kind of party. So it's I just feel like I need to work on being relaxed and just being fun. And I think that's what's holding me back, because I don't want to act like I do in the corporate world.
I gotcha. Well, there are some really fun games that I've posted on our team page. And you can kind of take from any of those that you love. But one of them that really kind of breaks up the room is the purse game. And you call out a letter. They try to find something in their purse. Starts with that letter. People are getting loud and fun. And then each one of those letters represents a different section in our catalog. That's a really fun one, just to kind of get the room going. And because the game is kind of the script itself, as you're playing the game, the party's moving along. So it's not like you play the game and then you do the 31 show. It's all together. So when you once you come to the end of the game, somebody's the winner, it's time to shop. And so I really like that one for, just kind of getting the room going. Sorry, I got something in my eye. And like I said, that one is on the team sharing page, or if you remind me, I can email it directly to you. Another one I do is I have a list of songs on my phone. And they're really dated, so it kind of really ages me. It's funny to have a room full of young women and they have no idea what the songs are. But each song represents something from the catalog. And that's kind of a fun one. And you could come up with your own playlist. Look for songs you like. I just put it right on my phone. And I'll start to play the song, and somebody has to yell out the name of the song before anybody else. And then I'll take them to some place in the catalog that goes with that song.
Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah,
that
send that one to me.
That one's a ton of fun. You might make myself a note. And like I said, you can take you can take that script and make it your own. You could even change the songs if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make myself a note. And the other one that I did, I just started doing. It was funny. The first night I did it, I wasn't sure if it was a huge hit because everybody was kind of quiet. Basically, I gave everybody a quote unquote test, and it was multiple choice. And I went through each question set, and it was all, who knows the hostess better? And I was showing them different products, and I was like, well, which purse would she carry? Would it be the fashion editor, or would it be, and I just kind of went down, which wallet would she carry? And at the end, we looked to see who got the most answers right about the hostess, like what she would choose through the catalog. And at the end of that game, the first time I tried it, I asked the customers, I was like, you guys are my guinea pigs tonight. What'd y'all think about this game? Well, they went on and on and on about that game. They said it was really fun. It was fun to see how well or badly they knew their hostess, their friend. And then, just kind of they said it made them think about the catalog a lot. So that's another one. I like to use that one for my crowd that seems like they're not quite as gamey and they want more of a, just think about the catalogs time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done that about 5 times and it's been a huge hit with my customers. But I rotate the 3 games that I do so that if someone books a party, they're not getting the same game.
Right.
So I do the purse game, I do the name that tune game, and I do the hostess quiz. So I can send all of those.
Yeah. I think you might have sent me the purse one, but the other 2 sound good too.
Okay, so song and the quiz. And the good thing about the quiz game is you don't have to have all those products to play the game because you can just show it to them in the catalog.
Right.
It's just that one's fun, and it's fun to see how some people think they really know their friend, and then they're like, really? That's not what I would have seen you carry or something. They're just interesting. All right. So that was a good question. Anything else?
That's probably for me the biggest thing is just not going and being like the, party done.
I hear you. I'm sure
that no one's going to book from you if you're a total bore. No one's going to book from you. So
I hear you. Well, I have a feeling that you're a lot funnier than you realize. I think you're probably great. But yeah, I'll email that to you. I can do that. And then, like I said, change it to make it fit you, change the songs, do whatever you want, but it can kind of just be a guide if you want, just to kind of have an idea how I do it.
Yeah, thank you.
I can do that. I think Beverly put herself on mute, but Beverly, did you have any questions?
I can't think of any right now. I'm just trying to get really organized. I've been so busy lately.
Right, with your job, I know.
And then not focusing. I'm having trouble focusing.
Well, we're just around the corner from each other, so if you need me, just let me know.
I will.
Well, ladies, we're right at about 25 minutes, and you guys sat here before without me, so I hate to keep you on any longer. So if you don't have any specific questions, I would just do what you can with your list. Even if it's just 5 people on your list, it's a good start. And, start booking those parties. I think the May special is fantastic. The June special is even better. So I think it's going to be a good couple of months.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about that, just let me know.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, Tammy.
All right. Well,
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and thanks for joining me.
You too.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.